is it like to be Fred Noe, or Frederick Booker Noe the Third, to be frank?
Well, it's okay. I mean, I got a normal life. I mean, growing up, people I guess think that growing up as a Beam, that bourbon was flowing all through my life, but it wasn't like that. My dad kind of kept the bourbon away, and out in Bardstown where I was born and raised, there's a lot of people who work in the bourbon industry. A lot of my friends' parents worked there in other industries in the bourbon industry, and so I mean, just because my family was Beam, it was no different than the guys from Heaven Hill or Barry O'Barton. So it wasn't like we were special. It's just what my parents did, my dad did. And, growing up, Dad worked at the distillery. I mean, the role has changed so much for master distillers during my lifetime that it's been, he worked every day, daylight to dark. If the distillery broke down, he was there. Mom always said I was his second child. The distillery was first.
Okay.
Because he spent all his time there. But as this role has evolved, now you're a marketing person. Sure. You're a spokesperson. I mean, my dad was probably never on television early in his career like we're doing this.
Right.
He just ran the distillery. But now all the master distillers, we run the distillery, plus we have to be, the person who goes out and sells the product too. So the role has kind of evolved from being a manager of a workplace to kind of that, plus PR, marketing, ambassador of such to travel around the world and promote bourbon.
It's safe to say that you're a character, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Was your
Obviously.
dad a character? Were
Yes.
the other Beam gentlemen, were they characters?
Well, Jim Beam died before I was born, and from the stories I've heard, he was very proper. Saw pictures of him fishing in Canada in a suit and tie. So
all right,
he's not. I don't think he was a character. I think my father moved a little bit farther away from that, and I'm probably a step or two farther from my dad. But yeah, we were definitely characters, I would say. I'm a chip off that block for sure.
That's great. What's the best piece of advice ever given to you, Fred? And it can be more than one, personal, professional.
Well, my dad, he always said, be honest and straight. Treat people like you'd want to be treated. But one funny piece of advice an old timer gave me years ago, an old salesman for Beam, we have an annual sales meeting. And he would get his sales guys together. It was here in Kentucky, actually. And he was telling these young salesmen, said, hey, be quiet, stay longer. I said, what are you talking about? I said, nobody gets promoted at a sales meeting. You don't want to go out there and tell the bosses how smart you are.
Right.
Because before you know it, you're no longer with the company. So it was, I never will forget that little advice. Stay quiet, stay longer.